Hello, hello, it is so good to be with you. Mac, it's so good to be doing this with you, huh? Param, 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 ra. Yeah, it's so good to be with you. A lot of positive energy. I'm so happy. We are so happy to be here with you guys. We need a few minutes for everybody to join us. It'll be very, very nice to have you guys with us. And if you can, just share the link of this onto the event page. If somebody could just share the link on the event page. And if you can share the link on your wall and so forth and so on, let everybody know that we're doing this. We'll take a few minutes to get started. We have a lot to cover today. We're going to try to keep this about 40 minutes. And the first 30 minutes, we're going to have a discussion, share with you some information, hopefully will inspire you. And then the last 10 minutes, we're going to leave for some questions. And hopefully, we'll get to your questions. And if we don't, please try to understand. So excited to be with you, right? So again, take a few minutes and share this link with anybody you can, please. It would be great. And we'll wait just a couple minutes, just a minute. So take a listen to this. Hear that?
If you feel bass, you have goosebumps. If you're going to discotheque, normal discotheque, bass is so important.
Hear that?
This bass give you ground, give you floor, give you air to your body.
It keeps you to the
Pressure.
ground, keeps you feeling, right? Next song, this is the bass, another melodic rhythm. I'm sorry, another melodic rhythm here. Doom, 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 doom. That's the bass. Doom, 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 doom.
You can follow it. It's so easy. And if you find bass, you will be exactly in the music. We have fun.
Yes. So try. Doom, doom, doom. Hear that rhythm. Doom, doom, doom. Try it. Doom, doom, doom. Doom, doom, doom.
Try it. This is important.
So that's the bass, right? Very important to know how it feels because we're going to talk about what that means for dancers. Next, take a listen. Merengue, bass. Even in merengue, the bass is very, very important for dancers, right? Watch, here. This is the bass, the beat. Now, I'm not doing this. I'm doing this because that is this Latino. This is that a lot of us dance like this, and it's okay to do this. Absolutely,
You
right?
can dance like that if you
Anything you
want.
want. But a lot of us dance with this, right? Now take a listen. This is merengue, and I'm going to give another merengue with a different bass. Merengue, but listen to the bass now. Normally, the bass will go, but that's not what it's doing here. Now,
If you will be listen and try and testing music, you will this bass is like that. This bass is like that. This bass is left boom boom.
and notice I'm not doing this now. E, ah, E.
Watch my eyes. If I don't listen bass, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. If I can't it, 1. Now my bass. Give me. Yeah. Woo. This is it.
Right? It makes a very, very big difference. So when we now switch to salsa, we're going to listen to some salsa now. Why did we listen to the bass? Very important, I'll tell you in just 30 seconds. This is what it sounds like. This is what it looks like. If the bass accentuates beat 1 in the music throughout the entire song, the clave is 3-2 clave. If the bass accentuates beat 8 throughout the entire song, the clave of that song is 2-3 clave. One more time. If the bass accentuates beat 1, which clave is it? 3-2 clave. If the bass accentuates beat 8, what clave is it? 2-3 clave. It's so important to remember because it changes your energy when you're dancing.
Exactly. Why it's so important? Because change your energy and your flow to dancing. Because if you're counting, this is dancing to counting.
Yeah.
This is without feeling.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Many dancers, when they dance, ask any dancer, do they hear the music or do they only hear 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7? And there's nothing wrong with that. Many dancers dance like that. For example, I was in India. A quick example. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. I was on. Let me just say another. Shit, I just messed up. I was in a country. Forget it. I shouldn't have said that. I was in a country. Within a couple of years, and a gentleman came up. Dancers in India and the Middle East and Asia and Europe. Wonderful dancers everywhere. But I was in this particular this country. And this wonderful dancer came up to me and said, "Oh, Josue, we heard that you're coming to the festival, and so we want to do a special performance for you. So we're going to do something from the Palladium." And I was very excited, and I said, "Oh, great! I can't wait to see it." And so I'm going to play the song for you in just a few minutes. The song that he played. Now, the song that he played is actually a 2-3 clave. There's no clave sticks in it. But I know it's a 2-3 clave because of the bass. The bass lands on beat 8, so accentuates beat 8, so it's a 2-3 clave. But what do you think he did? His whole team was performing, and he stood in front of them so excited, but he was clapping the 3-2 clave. So their entire energy was very different from the energy that was in the music. There's nothing wrong with that. It's absolutely okay. So what I did, I was sitting in the audience, and I was looking at him, and I said, I tried to switch it to the clave, and he's looking at me in the middle of his show, and he switches, and I could see it in his eyes. He got it. It was great, and he's tiki-ta. And amazingly, when he switched the clave, even though he was in the middle of the show, the dancers, they switched their energy. The same figures, but they switched the energy. And after, when they attended the workshop, they're like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe that just happened." So it's a wonderful experience.
Today.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to share that with you because the bass really changes your energy when you're dancing, and knowing the clave is so important.
I need give you my history very quickly. I'm almost dancing 28 years. My body was prepared to competition. I was on top almost top on the world in ballroom. But you know, I'm all the time. I'm always counting all the time. I'm try lie my body. I try say I'm not counting. No, but it's not true. I'm always counting. But when I meet Josue and when he give me something extra, he give me bass, and oh my God. And my mind say yes, it must be true, and I'm looking for, and I find now I need. This is true. I know counting. I stop counting because this is so easy. Of course, it's not easy, but when you know about this, it's easy, and we prove you today.
Yes, we're going to give some inspiration for you, and hopefully it does inspire you.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not trying to teach you. We're just trying to share some information and be inspirational for you. And if it can be good for you, then fantastic. So let's move on. This song I'm going to play for you is a 3-2 clave. Take a listen. Where do you hear the energy? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 4. dance power on 2 to this, and tell me if you think the energy matches. Here's power on 2. E. 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 Is my energy matching the song? Now watch. I'm on 1 now. Are we the same with the music? This matches. That's the bass. So I'm dancing on 1. If you dance 3-2 clave and you're dancing on 1, you're 100% connected to the music. It's fantastic to know this information. Yeah. Again, where do you hear the bass? Here's the counting. The bass is on 1.
And watch, now I use my feet. Now I lost my feet where I am. And boom, da da, easy. Lost, da 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 da. And boom, ba da. I'm not counting because it's boom, da da. This break.
Try.
See?
This is on 1. 3-2 clave. The energy's on 1 and 5. 1, 2, 4, 5. 1, 2, 4, 5. 1, 5. Okay? That's 3-2 clave. And here's another. Take a listen. This is from Cachao. Cachao loves 2-3 clave, but this is a 3-2 clave. Take a listen.
Now I lost my feet. I'm turn. Now, you see? Easy. Now I will be counting to this song. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Watch my head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's flat. 1, 2, 3, because 1 is flat. I'm completely and everyone. But for dancer, it's extra more clave and conga.
Yes.
But this is next or now?
That's not for this song. Because
Okay.
this is 3-2 clave, yeah? So again, the energy, great point. But this is energy. So if you listen for that, the energy is on 1 and 5. So if you dance on 1, you're completely 100% connected to the music of 3-2 clave, and that's the difference of the bass. But now let's switch, but I want to make sure you guys understand it, yeah? So, 3-2 clave, the bass accentuates which beat? Beat 1. And if you dance on 1, you have 1. Your energy is on 1. So therefore, you're 100% connected to the music. It's amazing to see dancers being able to connect like this. Now, does that mean if you dance on 2, or that you dance Cubana or Palladium to 3-2 clave that you're not connected? No, you dance whatever you want.
Exactly.
Have fun.
Yeah.
But it's the energy that changes. It can change your energy if you interpret it like that. Yeah? Let's move on. Many people know this song, El Manicero. 2-3 clave. Listen for 1. Is there any bass on 1? Listen. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is there bass on 1? Or is the bass on 8? 8.
Money,
6, 7, 8.
que yo vendo maní.
8.
because boom, I find because bass give me song give me one language. Boom, da, boom, boom.
So try. 2, 4, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Now I turn.
Now watch. I'm going to give him the congas. And now watch how it changes the energy. Right? So it's exciting to understand a little bit more about music because it changes your energy and it gives you more options. And that's the inspiration that we have. Is once you start learning and developing more of this and you start practicing, you'll be able to speak more languages on the dance floor, right?
Yeah.
It's fantastic. If you dance on 1, on 2,
I
palladium.
can dance what I want with
That's
my
correct.
steps.
That's correct. It's really exciting.
And musician like Josue, if he will be playing with bass, with piano, he will be excited with us, with everybody, because he feel bass and he want play together.
That's correct.
With us.
Yeah.
This is great exercise,
It
bass,
is. Yeah.
but it's not everything.
That's correct. We still have a little bit more to talk about, right? So the last webinar that we did, we had a lot of questions. We said, well, dancers were asking, well, what about the songs that switch clave? What about the songs that they begin on they begin as a 3-2 clave, and then somewhere they switch to 2-3? Yes, many songs do that. And how do you know that a song does that? Most dancers who don't know clave, they feel it. They don't know how to explain it necessarily, because that's what they say to me. They say, oh, there's something, I don't know how to explain it, but something changed in the music. And this is what happens. Listen to the bass. If the clave changes, it's going to be on 1 and 5 in the beginning of the song, right? And then later in the song, the energy switches. The bass will switch from 1 to 5 to 4 and 8. And that is the difference, and it's so exciting. Because what does it mean for you as a dancer? If you're dancing on 1 for the first part of the song, it's the energy. You're in connection with that same energy of the music. But when the bass switches to 4 and 8, you could still dance on 1 if you want. Absolutely, there's nothing wrong with it. But if you switch your energy to dancing power on 2 or the palladium and clave, now you're connected with the bass, with the energy of the music. And we talked about last week, if you close the door to any room or any studio that you're in and go to the next room, turn the bass up.
Listen bass.
You'll hear the bass. You won't hear the trumpet or the piano so much, but you'll hear the bass because it vibrates through the wall. That's how important it is, right? Good.
You know, I doesn't know which song you choose. Mm-hmm. I will be tester.
Okay, excellent.
Watch.
I'm going to put a different song on. He has no idea what songs I prepared.
It's true.
And let's see where the energy is, yeah?
Now I will be counting, like normal, like before.
Yeah, let's try. Here we go.
Counting doesn't matter, I think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I know where is 1. Where is Praza? 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2. Watch my energy. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Now I know extra something. count with women. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1. Now I'm with bass. Boom. Ah. Woo. Like hugging. Ah. 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 Ah.
So again, it's so important to know this information. Now, this was a 2-3 clave, so we've got 2 more songs for you, and then we're going to get into some of the other points that we talked about very quickly.
Maybe give me a song with 2 and 3 clave.
That's exactly what we're going to do now, right?
Watch now.
Now, this song is from my very dear friend, Luis Mangual. He was the bongo player for Johnny Pacheco's orchestra. Now, take a listen. Where's the bass? We just switched. 4, 8. Now it's going to switch again.
You see? I'll count it now.
Here's the energy. 5.
Where I am? Why? I many times confuse. Some confuse my body because when I counting, I say now one more time with this song from the beginning. Now I know bass. Where is bass? And how I can looking for. But this is next.
Let's try.
One more time. Watch. Now I know. Can you? Okay.
Where's the energy?
Ah.
It's on 1.
Ah.
8, 5.
Ah.
8,
Ah.
8.
Ah.
Now switched.
Ah. Watch.
8, 4.
Ba-dum, boom, ba-dum, boom, da, ah. Where
Listen
is
to the
bass?
change.
Dance, 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 dance.
Now it's switched.
Ba-dum, boom.
8.
My brother, listen bass, not counting.
Ba-dum, boom. 8.
If I will do it, woman, can you one more time back? Watch. Before break.
Before the break.
Before, watch. I'm da-da-dum, ba-dum-bum. Da dancing clown. Boom, bam. Da-da-dum, ba-dum-bum. Easy. If you, with your body, give her and him, flow, she or he, we will follow you.
4, 8. 4, 8. It's no longer on 1 and 5. Yeah. So I got one more song for you, and this last song confuses many dancers. This is I get many questions about this last song. It's very exciting. So instead of me telling you, why don't we see how well you do, right? If you know the answer, go ahead, feel free to put it in the comments. This is the last song, and then we're going to get into some other of the topics very quickly that we have to talk about tonight. This confuses many dancers from what they say.
When it's intro, don't dance. Listen. Or copy with man, woman. Find place. Because men will be bachata, I don't know. Salsa.
¿Qué me sucedió? Hace como 4 años en
Where's
el
the
pueblo de Congo me invitaron a comer harina con timón. Me invitaron a comer harina con timón. De casa de un José que es un santo celebro. De casa de un José que es un santo
Read to
celebro.
Claudia right now.
Cuando pusieron la cena, que yo
Read
me
to
cogí el
Claudia.
olor.
So I'm dancing on
Cuando
1
pusieron la cena,
because that's where I want my energy. It's my choice.
a mi buen amigo
So you have the freedom to choose what you want. Now, if you choose to match the energy of the bass, now you're connected. Up, switch, E, 4,
But my eyes don't counting. And looking music, looking bass, looking for bass, not counting. Where I am with bass.
So I'm going to play that switch one more time.
Yes, take it one more time. Looking for my eyes. When I counting, and when I'm looking for bass. Okay.
Listen to the switch.
Now, can you one time? Now what?
Cuando me invitaron a comer harina con quimbombo, en casa de un San José que su santo celebró, en casa de un San José que su santo celebró. Cuando pusieron la cena, que yo le cogí el honor. Cuando pusieron la cena, que yo le cogí el honor. Le dije a mi buen amigo que bueno está.
Switch.
Le dije a mi buen amigo que bueno está.
E. Here's the switch.
Easy.
Now we just switch. So I hope that helped you with the clave and understanding these different the differences. So now we a lot of actually you emailed me the many dancers emailed us who dance on two, fantastic style of dancing, and a lot of dancers they've emailed me and Mech and they said, okay, we understand, but for all my career, all my time dancing on two, sometimes it just feels like I'm not in time, or I feel like I'm not connected. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, because when you're dancing, this is true. Can you ask yourself that you don't counting song? You are the best on the world. You are a dancer who are the best on the world. Say me and be true with your soul. Counting or not? Counting, because it's not possible. Don't counting, because if you're dancing almost 30 years and you're still counting, it's something wrong with you, not with your body, with your heart, because this is true. You can of course singing dum 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 dum, but if you know clue, bass, conga, clave, it will be easy. Bass is so important because this is your fundament. If you,
I just want to correct.
Yeah.
I don't think he doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. What he means is saying there's missing information.
Yes, exactly. This is. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
My English is not clear, of course, but
It's okay.
this is you're missing something. You're missing bass. This is clue. Many dancers ask me and Josue and say, what is this? Bass is not important. It's important because now my body feel don't counting. It is true. If I'm not counting, is true. Bass.
That's correct. Listen, something personal with you. My father is one of the legendary musicians from the Palladium. I grew up at barbecues with some of the most famous musicians in the world coming to play at our home when I was a child, and I saw firsthand how they were so connected to the music, and the bass was extremely important. A lot of dancers, they argue and they say, how can you say that the bass determines the clave? The clave determines the clave. Of course, the clave. But here's the thing. What I was talking about in India, I said it again. When I was talking about this place, wonderful dancer, he was playing the 3-2 clave to a song that had 2-3 in the bass. And it was cross clave. The energy was completely crossed, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But once he got the information, oh, wow, that makes sense. The entire dancing changed. And it was really amazing to see, and it's a lot of freedom. So remember, the dancer is so, the bass is so important for you. It's not the most important, of course. You got to listen to the congas and the piano and the baritone saxophone and the trumpet and the trombones and have fun. But that bass, that's that energy. If you turn the bass off, can you find the 1 or the 8? It's going to be a little bit difficult. Turn the bass up, and you automatically know exactly where you are, and it feels great.
It is not about technique. It's not about your technique, my technique. It's about feel music.
Exactly.
And be correct and 1 or and 4. And that's it. Of course, now you ask us, I dancing on 2, not 4. Can you explain? When because I'm dancer, I want dance 2 to front.
Absolutely. So again, we're going back to that subject. A lot of dancers, they say, I dance on 2, great, I love it, but sometimes it feels that the on 2 is not right. So there's nothing wrong with on 2. It depends on the music you dance to. That is the key. I just wanted to explain that, right? Again, if you dance on 2, to every song you dance that you listen to, some of those songs are not meant to be danced on 2. Because of the feeling of what is in the bass or even in the structure of the music. It's a music has a structure, right? So we're talking about this power on 2, yes?
Yes.
Right? That's what you wanted to talk about, yes?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to talk about this power on 2 and how it relates to Salsa on 2 from Eddie Torres, right? So I'm going to use my upper body and he's going to use his entire body so that you see the energy of what's going on. So you see double perspective, okay? So we're going to be dancing first on 1, and you see the energy. We're going to switch to on 2, right? And remember, on 2, salsa on 2, you're taking your back step and then your forward step, and then we're going to switch to power on 2, right? So on 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, and the bass. Doom, doom. Dum 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 dum.
Now you say where is 2? Because I want dancing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Can you give me conga? What?
Now I'm going to switch to the congas.
I use bass.
Now let's try on 2, right?
Yeah.
On 2, so you can hear the bass. I'm going to do both bass for you, okay? So here we are with on 2.
You use 3 to clave or 2 for 2?
I'm gonna use 2-3 clave. Okay.
This is important. I know now. It's for me. It's now important.
When I met him 5 years ago, he said, I like dancing. Now he says, wait, 3-2 clave or 2-3 clave because he knows the difference, right?
Yes, I know. Different feeling is completely
It's very nice.
Thank you.
I like that. Okay, so now we're going to dance salsa on 2 again. I'm going to do my upper body. He's going to do his entire body. So you see the energy, and I'm going to do it with the bass so that you hear the 2-3 clave bass. First counting. E. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1. 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 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and doom, 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 doom.
Can I go into front?
Doom, 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 doom.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 5, 6,
We
7.
need counting.
2, 3, 5, 6, 7.
But this is okay.
Doom, doom, doom.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So if you try to switch this on 2, salsa on 2, and you do it to the counting, you're great. But once you start doing it to the bass, it's kind of, sometimes it's in between. It's not so clear. And it depends on the music that you're dancing.
One more time. Give me 2-3 clave with bass. I will be explain one on 2.
Okay, so here's on two, and I'm gonna do the bass. Okay? 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Doom, 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 doom.
I'm missing all the time bass, and I need counting. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Right.
But now, if he will be give me 3-2 clave, will be easy peasy for me now. Now give
So
me.
let's try 3-2 clave, on two. Yes.
On two.
3-2 clave with the on two bass. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There. Doom, 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 doom. 3-2 clave. Doom, 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 doom.
Easy.
Doom, da, 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 doom, da.
It's easy.
That's 3-2 clave, salsa on two.
Yeah, but if Josué will be put song to free clave with music, with melody, will be easy because
Yeah.
melody, if you cut,
That's correct.
yeah.
So let's try.
Yeah.
Let's try. Here's 2-3 clave.
Not watch.
And two.
Tam, porom, pom. Param,
Power on two.
param.
Is this power on two? Just the basics, no energy. Now I'm gonna add the congas for the power. Right.
I can mix by foot.
8. Spend more time on 8. 8, 2, 3. 8, 2, 3. That's the power. 8. So that makes a big difference.
Can you get me 3 to clave?
Song, yeah?
Yeah.
And here's 3-2 clave. Let's try this one.
Boom, watch. 1. Now, on 2. Will be so easy.
On two, salsa on two.
1, 2, 5. Boom, para, boom. 1, boom. Now I feel because my face. Now I switch. 1, 5, 6, 7. 1, 5,
Salsa
6,
on two.
7. 1, and 2,
3, 6, 7. 2, 3,
5.
5.
If I will be dancing on 2 with 2 free clave, I need catch melody. But it's still good. But little bit you bad a little bit missing something, but it's still great.
Yes. So again, to maybe some of you are not so into everything or understanding everything the way you're explaining it. So here it is in a nutshell, right? The bass, if it accentuates beat 1 to 3-2 clave, if the bass accentuates beat 8, it is a 2-3 clave. What does that mean for you as the dancer? For us as dancers, it means that the energy in the music changes. Now, here's an important question or statement, right? If you keep your energy the exact same to every single song you're dancing to, but every song changes its energy, doesn't that mean that your energy is not matching some of the songs that you're dancing to? Let me ask you the same thing again. If you don't dance any different style, you keep the same energy dancing on 2 or dancing on 1, and you keep the same energy to every single song that you dance to, would you not agree that every song has a different kind of energy? So, of course, isn't it possible that some of the songs you dance to, you're missing the same energy as the song, because if the music changes energy, as dancers, we should, in my opinion, adapt to that energy, change to that energy. That is connecting to the music. So if the energy has the energy on 1, but you're dancing salsa on 2, and you're accentuating beat 2 and 6, but the bass and everything in the song is accentuating 1 and 5, that means your energy is crisscrossing. It's okay to do that. Have fun. It's great. Dancing is about having fun. But there is something missing. So for those on-2 dancers who say, some of the songs that I'm dancing to, it kind of feels like my timing is off or something, it's because of the music that you're choosing to dance to.
I give you exercise. I'm all the time imagining. You can imagine. When you're dancing, imagine, be musician. Musician wants play for us, and they want feedback for us, and opposite. Feel about this. If musician play bass, can you give me bass?
2 3 clap.
2 3 clap.
Dum dum
Dum, dum. And watch, he will be played for me, and I will be dancing like that. 5 6 7 1 2, and he looking at me and wants feeling, and you. Oh my. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Why are you sleeping, my friend? Now. Come down. Would be completely dancer and musician. When musician meet dancer, this is completely history. Like good life.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
So time for your questions. If you put your questions, I have to read them. But if you have any questions, now is the time to put your questions, because we've got to come to a close here. So ask any question that you want. We're going to pick maybe 2 or 3 questions if we have time for that, and we're going to go through. So go ahead and put your questions down. We play some music, and take just 2 minutes here and drop your questions, and we're going to try to read through them and see what we can do. Let me get to some music here. 2 minutes. We're going to read some of your questions, and if you got them. Again, if you got some questions, go ahead and drop your questions, because I've got now what we can read from your questions. I do have some questions here. Go ahead and drop any of your questions. We'll give you 1 more minute. Any question you've got, go ahead and drop it. Okay, great questions. You guys got great questions coming up. Okay, Enrique Melendez, you're asking, is Power on 2 dancing to the congas? Absolutely yes. If you dance to the congas, remember you have a slap that is on that 2. It's not always on the 6, but it is always on the 2. So you're connecting that 8, when you step on 8 with your right foot.
We explain practical.
Right? Yeah, so here's the technical, and then we're going to do the practical. The technical is if you step your right foot on 8, lift yourself up, that gives you that starter step. On 1, dancers have the 1, but Power on 2, your starter step is on 8, like son cubano, right? Except son cubanos to the side. Think of power on 2 like Son Cubano line style. It's exact same timing. 8, forward and left on 2.
Slap. This is power.
Yeah. So now,
Bass. Watch.
so now we're going to try.
Conga and bass together.
Listen for the bass. 8, and congas. Right?
Conga gives you power.
It absolutely does give you power. So great question. I hope I answered your question there. Next question is Julio Aranda. I teach in Hamburg also about to feeling the timbara music where the energy is on 3. What about the clave or bass now? I'm not sure that I understand the question, so if you can rewrite the question. If I can't get to it this time, we will get to it because I'm not sure.
Timba?
No, it's timbara music. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but please feel free to ask again. Roberto, are there any songs that cross clave and bass on purpose? That is a fantastic question. Are there any songs that cross clave and bass on purpose? To be honest with you, yeah, absolutely. Can I think of any songs off the top of my head? No, except for the one that I played here. But if you listen to Chan Chan from Jose Alberto, the first part of the song, it confuses many dancers. It's a son, and that first part of the song, it's going to sound like a 3-2 clave because the bass is on that 1. But as soon as they cross into the montuno section, which is when the chorus comes in, you're going to hear it switches to a 2-3 clave. But here is the key. Do songs switch back and forth, 3-2, 2-3 clave throughout the whole song? No. If it's like that, it's breaking one of the rules of Afro-Cuban music. If you listen to Arsenio Rodriguez's song called Papa Hupa, I posted it on the event. That is an excellent example for you of a song that crosses clave. That's my father playing the bass from 1965. And I'm going to be in New York in a couple of weeks, and maybe I'll ask him about that so he can explain it to you. But yes, there are some songs that do purposely cross the clave, and it's just to make it interesting for dancers and the musicians. Excellent questions.
But I give you exercise for excellent exercise for teachers. Choose clearly song for your student.
Yeah.
This is point. If you will be find clear songs, your student will be excited and follow you.
Excellent.
Because you must be very clear with that. If you're not clear, students, you will be asking, and you will be give them question, but inside you will be not clear.
Yeah, he's reiterating what I said before. Yeah. Choose the right music.
Yeah, I remember this time. Yeah.
So just 2 more questions. I'm going to try to go through this. Leo Newburn, you ask, if I count numbers, I get lost. How about accenting my body to the music? This is an excellent question for Przemek to answer because he can practically explain it and I can technically explain it with my upper body. So he's asking, if I count numbers, I get lost, which is what you said before.
Yeah.
How do I accent the music with my body? Right?
How do I accent?
Great question. Right? So what we were talking about before, if you dance on 1 and 5, what do you do with your body? 1 and 5. E.
You body
E.
Going up and down because this is like boom, boom, boom. Where you bounce. Your body is like bounce to front. Boom, boom,
E.
Boom, boom. Of course, use your body movement. This is great class. It's isolation class. For this because your body this is up, your body, use body and boom down. Not only with legs because this is weak. Legs are your body, your knee, your pelvis, upper and da-da, boom, boom, up and down. This is like in ballroom, the same from ballroom dancing. Boom, da-da-da, boom, pam, boom, boom, da-da-da, boom, pam, boom.
Okay, and two more questions. Stephen White. Hello, Stephen. I remember chatting with you on Facebook. Why do musicians switch between 3-2 and 2-3 clave in the same song? And as a dancer, should we switch them from dancing from on 1 to on 2? Amazing question, Stephen. Excellent, excellent question. So yes, the answer to the first question, why do musicians switch between 3-2 and 2-3 clave? Some musicians write music just because they enjoy music and they're not thinking about dancers.
Yeah.
And other musicians definitely write because they want to make it exciting for dancers.
Like we
Right.
put hip hop to salsa, we put jazz to salsa, because sometimes it's boring dancing all the time the same. We need changes. Like this is like life.
Absolutely.
We need to put something extra to dancing, especially if you dancing 10, 5, 15 years and more.
Absolutely. And Stephen, if you can send me a message on Facebook, because when I get to New York, I'm going to ask my father to explain it, because he's a bassist from the Palladium. He's recorded with Tito Puente, with Arsenio, with Machito, Celia Cruz, Johnny Pacheco, many musicians. So I think it would be a very good example for him to explain, because he's one of these pioneers. And I could explain it easily, but I think it would be more interesting to also hear from someone older who was part of pioneering in the music. The second part of that question,
Next questions he give us what I can if song is 2-3 clave and 2-3 clave, bass is 4 and clave is 3-2 clave, how I can dance?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I know.
The second part of the question is, as a dancer, should we switch from dancing from on 1 to on 2 in the same song? My answer, in my opinion, absolutely 100% yes. That's why I said before, it's like multiple languages, right? I'm living in Poland, but I don't have an ounce or a shred of Polish in me. But have you ever heard the expression, when in Paris, do as the French do? When in Russia, do as the Russians do? When in the US, do as Americans do? I'm in Poland, so I have to speak some Polish to be able to be here. So when you're dancing, music is a language. Dancing is a language. So if the music is asking you, dance, change your energy, it's asking you a question. So you answer back, yes, I'm going to switch to on 1. Because you're telling me to dance. Oh, but the music, you're asking me to switch to on 2. I'm going to switch to on 2. Now I'm going to switch to Palladium because the bass changed. Absolutely in the same song. And I know what some of you are asking. You're going to ask, but what about the girl? But what about the girl can't you follow? So let me ask you a simple question. What is the role of the follow? Isn't it supposed to follow and to be beautiful and to be part of the dance and to be part of you and to make all of you together look great? Yeah. Yes. So if you switch, she's going to switch. If she's paying attention and if you're a good lead, making it easy for her, absolutely. Yeah. Fantastic question. Last question for tonight. Thank you, Julio, for your words. Here's the last question from Giles Colinet. I'm not sure if I got that explanation. Wow. Diction right. Explain the difference between Palladium on 2 and Power on 2. That is a fantastic question. Okay, so Palladium on 2 and Power on 2 are exactly the same thing. It's the two different ways of saying the same. But maybe you mean in clave, okay? So Palladium in clave is not the same as Power on 2, but they are very, very similar. Right? Yeah. Upper body and the entire body. Power on 2. 8 with your right for the guys. 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Now Palladium in clave. Bam, bam, 88. And 3, 4, and 7, 8, 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 and 3, 4, and 7, 8. So that's 8, 2.5, 3, 4, 6.5, 7, 8. Przemek and I want to say thank you so much for joining us It took a little bit extra time to answer your questions, but we're so excited, yeah?
Yeah, thank you, my friend.
Param, param, piri, arra.